Yo, what it do? It's the King. 3 stacks to the max is grind time. Supernova shine. Get your bank up. Get your rank up, baby. So I came back today trying to get this Keep Your Faith channel on the run, baby. So we trying to get it up and crack-a-lacking. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, these churches have failed God, bruh. These churches have failed God. These churches trying to make God's word look like a circus, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bunch of clowns just up there going for any and everything and letting any and everything go up in the church, bro. You know, churches have become a full just clown show, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think God doing a new thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think God is tired of these churches, and I think he's using regular people to spread his word or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because lately, you know, I've been seeing a lot of channels pop up, you know, a lot of ministries on YouTube that's been spreading the word or whatever. So, and these words, I've been learning more from these channels than I learned from actual churches, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't go to church no more, but I'm connected to God. You know what I'm saying? They got all kind of foolishness up in church. The witches hang out in the church, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, church ain't gonna get you to heaven anyway. You gonna get yourself to heaven. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these so-called Christians is gonna miss God's word because of who the messenger is of the word. You know what I'm saying? So, like, anybody can deliver God's word. It's up to you whether you listen. Now, we got a lot of Christians so holier than thou. They look down on people. So if you ain't raised a certain way, if you ain't come from a certain, you know, upbringing, or you don't look a certain way, then they deem that you don't know God. See, me, I get misjudged all the time. You know, a lot of people don't think I know God. But see, that's God's perfect weapon. A person who doesn't look the part. A person who you might not think that is of God. And God is using a lot of people that's on the bottom to bring them up, to spread his word. And if you one of those people that look down on people, you know, the other day I seen a post on a YouTube channel, and they was talking about this certain celebrity, and this celebrity was talking about God. Then the person in the comments said, this demon don't know nothing about God. How can another person tell a person what they know about God? God relationship with that person is personal. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of time people would judge you on your past, how you look, and what you going through. All of us ain't got it together out here, but that don't mean we ain't got God with us and we not trying. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't never judge a person on how they look or what they going through. You know what I'm saying? Because that person could very much have God in their life. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of people get to this place where, you know what I'm saying, they make it to a place where they look the part. You know what I'm saying? They look the part and they think they acting the part, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can look the part, that don't mean you are doing the part, because you looking down on people. You got to remember, this is a process. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just jump in there and just be all holy and sanctified. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's levels to this. Now, when you don't got to a level to where you think you can look down on people, you better get back on your knees and start praying and ask God to give you some kind of, how do you say, humbleness to make you not be going around judging people. Because, you know, the biggest person that can turn a person away from God is the Christian people. The Christian people are the biggest ones who can turn people away from God. Why is that? Because these people sit back and judge the new people who trying to bring their life. For some people, it ain't easy. You build up enough courage to turn your life around and try to seek out God. But you get to the place where God's supposed to be at, and you got all these supposed to be Christians looking down on you, talking bad about you. Every Sunday, you trying to come, you trying to worship God. But then you got these onlookers looking down on you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to really ask yourself, is that of God? Is that of God? So then this new person was like, maybe I'm in the wrong place, bro. Maybe God ain't for me if this is what God got to offer. You know what I'm saying? And see, they don't turn that person off God. And now God extra big mad. You know what I'm saying? Because that was another soul that he had snatched up out of Satan's grasp. And then these supposed to be Christian people don't send him right back, bro. And that's why God is mad at the church probably today and at all these so-called Christians, because they be quoting they little Bible verses and look what I can do, look what I can recite. I read the whole Bible back and front. I know this, I know that. That ain't right. Like, bro, nobody cares. Nobody cares what you know. You should be trying to encourage this new person and take them under your wing. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's why I think God is just going to use regular people. Somebody who everybody can relate to. Somebody who can go to somebody and not feel judged. Somebody that looks like them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who they can relate to and, be like, if this person can do it right here, then I can do it. See, if God used regular people, just look at me. I look like a person who don't know nothing about God. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody comes to me and I start talking that stuff, then they're going to be like, it's going to inspire them. They're going to be like, wow, I didn't know a person like this could know that much about God. I didn't know a person like this could have a relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? And then they get to thinking like, if he can do it, I can do it. But when you run into them uppity Christians, man, like, bruh, that'll make you be like, you know what? I don't think this God stuff for me. I'm just going to go ahead and live my life. You know what I'm saying? And then they wonder why they be having trouble in their life. They wonder why things ain't going right, but they Christian and stuff like that. It's because you looking down on God's people who's trying to snatch them up out the grips of Satan. And then you want to judge them and turn them away from God. So, these churches, bruh, these churches sometimes can be God's worst enemy because they can lead more souls away from God than they can bring souls to God. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just had to touch on that because, like, Christian people are the most judgmental people in the world, bruh. They the most looking down on people in the world. But the things they should be doing, bruh, they don't even do, bruh. You know what I'm saying? They ain't out there trying to make the community better. No counterweight. You know what I'm saying? They just want to go and set up in the church and look like they know about God, but they ain't putting in the work to be about God. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who need to hear this. Somebody need to hear this. So, but yeah, that's my word. Just the King 3 Stacks. Y'all stop looking down on people. I'ma be out in peace.